Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far as Roster Mania does indeed begin. Call of Duty Vanguard of course will be the title for CDL 2022. Lots of discussion right now on exactly what the game might potentially be, which players it could favour, and whether it's actually going to be a good competitive title or not. Very much intrigued to get your thoughts in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. Really up to the channel, thank you very much indeed for doing that. First of all, wanted to look at this 2021 season tournament earnings that Chrome points out. So this is what happened this season. Atlanta FaZe almost $2 million earned. You can see the comparisons to last year as well, so 1.1 mil. And the teams that kind of fell off, I guess the Dallas Empire, they won so much though at Champs last year, so you can't really blame them too much because they still had a solid season, all things considered, but maybe not quite a solid enough season to think about them staying together going forwards. OpTic Chicago fell off a bit as well, I suppose, in terms of earnings from last year. Like Los Angeles Thieves also, because to be fair to OpTic Gaming Los Angeles, they did at least make a grand finals, and Florida won a couple of tourneys. And well, of course, we have Paris Legion right here dropping a donut. So congratulations to them. The first donut in terms of earnings in CDL history goes to the Paris Legion. They weren't actually like so terrible, but they just never got any good results at tournaments, which is kind of unfortunate to see. But this is what was confirmed yesterday during the live stream of the World Championship Grand Finals. That was at World Championship Hill. There's a free Vanguard Alpha coming to PlayStation this coming weekend. So this looked pretty cool. And of course, with this trailer that comes out, we get a fair bit of indication onto what exactly this game might look like to play. We see an SCG right here. We see this red dot site, or this kind of ELO site actually, we'll have a look at right here in a second. People leaning around walls, so like, okay, is there some sort of mounting situation? But this game, it looks very much like World War II. At least, well, of course it is based in that kind of era, so understandably so. But there certainly are players that will like the sound of that, and players like Kenny maybe that are thinking, okay, could the PPSH potentially be used? Because Kenny, very talented player, maybe it is a better thing for Los Angeles Thieves to put him on the most, impactful role, I suppose, in that SMG. Certainly something to think about. But yeah, lots of teasers right here. You couldn't see all that much, but there are still plenty of other rumours and leaks that have come out with regard to how this game might potentially play from a competitive level. As Method says, now we go back to World War II. He's going to be pretty excited about it, no doubt, right, given how good he was at that game. Probably his best Call of Duty ever, you could well argue. And of course won a championship at CWL Atlanta it was on Rise Nation that year before they dropped him for Slasher, just a couple of months later, and then he joins OpTic Gaming, and well, that doesn't necessarily go too well towards the end of it. But this game already is shaping up to be pretty promising. This especially, the core focus of Call of Duty Vanguard with 16 core 6v6 maps is incredible. This the 4 maps that they're talking about here, right, for that Champion Hill mode that we just looked at. So 16 core 6v6 maps. We only need like 5 or 6 of them to be great, and we're going to probably be in for a great year regardless. But the mechanics have been where some questions have begun to be raised. This I thought was actually pretty incredible, right? This is a Call of Duty Vanguard with 20 maps. I mean, a Modern Warfare right here with 19 I thought was kind of funny, because I mean some of those maps not necessarily the best. But I think about it, right? Black Ops 3, I mean even Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, World War II, like Black Ops 4 for example, like 12, 13, 14 maps at launch. This year, okay, technically there's 24 of them are going to be the 2v2 stuff, but they're still generally much better than we usually get in terms of maps being added. Thought this funny from Joe Luca actually, that being Merc. Man, I really miss Euphrates Bridge and Grasner Raid. What a map they were, especially the hardpointer. Get me back to those days where we had 25 hardpoints. So as TacticalRab Academy points out, ELO site is back. So this is kind of what it looks like. Very similar in a way to what it used to look like back in the Black Ops 3 days, I guess. Also, it's kind of similar to the ELO or whatever the red dot was called in Infinite Warfare. So, honestly, this looks really clean. It's, of course, at the end of the day, it's a red dot site. Not really too much to look into, but I still thought it was kind of cool to look at regardless. And well, these are some of the other things that went on. So in that video, we saw this. Here's just one example from the trailer of destructible environments. So this is where we start to get the questions being raised. Which players are going to really like this type of stuff? Apparently, the areas that are destructible are like very clear and well defined. So if you kind of see a load of like wood like this, you probably can shoot that and create yourself a line of sight. And maybe like these are line of sights that they were thinking about putting in anyway, and just thought, okay, we're just going to block it out for effect or something, and then people can shoot it out. But as you can see right here, shoot through this wall, and do you get these wooden planks you can shoot out and get a line of sight down from above. Now, I think that a lot of these spots are going to be well defined. You're not just going to be shooting through any old wall like I guess you could in Battlefield or Rainbow Six or something and just blow that thing into high heaven. But of course, some players are going to like the idea of this. Cellium, we know very well from yesterday's grand final match that he's found a lot of spots and he's been saving a lot of spots. This is the spot that I was kind of talking about yesterday. Vance is laying down right here by the tree, and Cellium jumps up through this like P5 thing and actually can kill Vance through this wall. I've never seen anyone do this before. Pulls it out on the very final map of the grand finals and Jams. This is the type of thing that takes them to the next level. Because honestly, if like this kill legitimately could have won the entire series. Because if Vance stays alive here and gets this kill on Cellium and he doesn't use this spot, probably the rotation goes to Ultra. Then the Cellium doesn't get his streaks. Like this is just one of the reasons why FaZe are so good. And honestly, it was such an important difference maker in this entire series. But this is the type of things that Cellium likes to do. He likes to have these spots, and you know, of course, he kind of pioneered that spot right over at the Garrison where you go on top of the green thing, and he kind of does the snaking up and down to look through the gap. So it's stuff like that that makes you think if there's destructible environments and stuff, that guys like Cellium are going to really take advantage of that. And of course, we have other things returning to the game as well. Talk about tactical sprint coming back, which of course, like, that probably means that the auto tac sprint drama is going to return, because I think if anyone's playing this game right now from just a more casual level, auto tac sprint is probably something you want to do so it doesn't kill your analog stick. But the pros don't seem to like people using the auto tac sprint option, which means that we could potentially have some more cheating quote-unquote drama at the start of next year, kind of as we did this time around as well. And yeah, well, tac sprint is going to be returning, and also we get slide cancelling and dead silence returning as well, apparently. Of course, some players aren't going to like this. Some players, the likes of aBeZy and Co, are probably going to like this very much indeed. aBeZy has said it a lot of times, right, that he thinks, like, well, until slide cancelling goes, that you know, FaZe is still going to be a dominant force. Dead silence apparently is going to be a field upgrade again, not a perk. Not really what I wanted to hear, because well, obviously the field upgrades not as good as it was as a perk back in the good old days, I suppose, of Call of Duty. Made Search and Destroy pretty frustrating in that game, but that of course is the rumour at the going time. And Octane seems kind of happy about it. Vanguard looks like a World War II remake with some colour saturation. I'm here for it. He was also pretty spectacular at that game as well. So honestly, World War II remake, I don't really mind it. Look, at the end of the day, if we got good maps, we got relatively fun weapons to use, and like that's really all that matters at the end of the day. And a good competitive support would be nice as well. A rank play system not too long after launch. But look, as aBeZy is saying, a lot of rumours coming out right now that it's going to be very similar to Modern Warfare, like 2019, which maybe just set in World War II. Innovative features like shooting out walls, so aBeZy's not particularly happy with it. Engine aside, more broken slide cancels, ATS, insta time to kill, no dead silence. My hopes are far from up yet. Also rumours that the time to kill is going to be very similar to Modern Warfare 2019, which from a competitive perspective, maybe not quite as good. I guess we'll just have to see. Some optimism on some sides, some I guess some pessimism on other sides. That's well, just how the Call of Duty community tends to go at times. Definitely wanted to talk about this though as we finish off the video. This came out yesterday from Cloud9. CDL 2021 just ended. Now, yes, as an organisation, Cloud9, well, do tend to do some baits on the timeline. It does happen from time to time. But, well, we've got Colt Havoc right here, formerly of a Cloud9 team. I think he was on Cloud9 maybe during Infinite Warfare or something like that when they were last in competitive Call of Duty. But it's been quite a while since Cloud9 have been in CoD. And, well, definitely some hints coming out right here that they may potentially be returning. Expect the unexpected, say, Cloud9. Now, is this a complete bait? Who really knows? Does this mean expansion is coming into play? Does it mean that potentially one of these spots could be due for a buyout? Because who knows, maybe Cloud9 and big organisation like this comes in back to Call of Duty. They were in Call of Duty a few years ago. Didn't really work out for them. We'll have a look at a pretty famous clip here in just a second. But yeah, they of course decide to leave CoD, don't come in for the franchise era, but now they might think, okay, it's time to invest. Now, whether that means the CDL expands to a 16-team league, I think we'd love to see that, but no indications of that as of yet. So maybe one of these other organisations is thinking about selling their spot and dipping out of the scene, and Cloud9's going to swoop in and maybe get a decent deal on one of these franchises. Who knows? But well, it's just kind of interesting they would tweet this out, right, when they didn't necessarily have to. And also, as you can see right here, Octane retweeting it, so maybe he knows something that we do not. Of course, sorry to do this to you OpTic fans again, but this is one of the more famous moments of Cloud9 in Call of Duty with Ricky, Assault and Lacefields back in the, well, 2016 World Championship, where Cloud9 eliminated OpTic Gaming here in the losers bracket. And this was a cracking season for Call of Duty in terms of, like, you know, massive organisations we had in. We had TSM, we had Cloud9 and such, and well, maybe they will make the return relatively soon. Just to finish off with this for you guys as well, because we looked at the start of the video, the earnings for some of these teams so far this season. This is a total CDL earnings since the start of the CDL. FaZe up here at the top, $3 million earned. This is Dallas Empire with 2.3 mil, 2.4 mil almost. Toronto actually in third, then OpTic, then Minnesota Rokkr. Massive fall off actually after this fourth place, I suppose. And well, Los Angeles Guerrillas down here at $30,000 earned. Pretty tragic stuff. And yeah, to be fair to Paris Legion last year, they actually made 140 grand, because I think they made a grand final at some point. They didn't do absolutely terrible last year. And of course, yeah, this was OpTic in Los Angeles last season. So pretty interesting to see that the clear disparity between the best and the rest. But Atlanta FaZe, no doubt about it, not only in terms of tournament wins, but also in terms of earnings, definitely leading up the lines. Intriguing your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about this whole Cloud9 stuff? Are they going to be returning? But also, Call of Duty Vanguard, is it going to be good for competitive? Are the pros going to like it? Are we going to have a lot of pros heated, pros not happy with titles coming up as soon as the game comes out? I'd put my money on it. I suppose the future will answer all our questions. Intriguing your thoughts in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm. Like you enjoyed this content, other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and I've grown the competitive Call of Duty community. Thanks for watching as always. Take care, and I'll we'll see you next time.
He's able to spot one player. Knows something's going on. You see C9 is aware they are going on their rotation. They're going to be hitting it as well. Assault's going to be coming over the top. Bomb planer is going to die. Crimsix is going to fall as well. 2v4. Karma and Formal. You have your work cut out for you. 30 seconds. That bomb is down. C9 has a very nice setup as well. Formal's able to pick up one. He's not going to get traded out as well. Karma doesn't get the second. Player coming, challenge over top. Formal's going to be able to help him out. Karma going for the kill. Formal up to you. 1v1 situation. Assault coming over. And Assault wins the 1v1. OpTic Gaming. We will see you fudging later. C9 able to clutch up in the end. And what a performance that was. All the way down to the AR battle. And that is going to be it. Congratulations, C9. Eggs, 2 CoD champs, back-to-back, takes down the green wall.